In Crowley's Lead from the Heart, leaders must know that in order to adopt practices that honor and support each individual that is supervised, that they supervise, they need to focus on the heart of their employees and how that in turn affects their brain and what they put into their day each and every day. The heart is the driving force of human achievement, as Crowley stated on page 41 of his books. As educators, I believe that it's difficult to challenge the idea of not being able to focus on the hearts of the children that we support. However, not all believe that their behaviors have a direct impact on the students that they lead. Especially when, as administrators, site administrators, you're feeling the pressure from district administrators who are feeling the pressure from state and local government administrators who are continuously rolling out new processes and procedures that then affect the students. And when you're looking at challenges that directly affect the ability to lead from the heart, those are the areas that we see the most struggle. That new initiatives that continuously are rolled out and there's no thought process into how those will be rolled out and how it will affect our students and cause a sense of anxiety and stress. And that's something that we need to look at. Site administrators feel constant pressure from those above and they forget that when they have interactions with parents and they have interactions with their teachers or their support staff, to look at the individual that they're working with. We get caught up too easily in the events as opposed to the message. One of the most powerful statements in Crowley's book was his reflection upon Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And that if we're not meeting those base needs, it's very difficult to get to that top point of self-actualization. When you're meeting the needs of your students, you have to know that their base needs are met. When you're meeting the needs of your employees, it's the same. If you want the best outcome, if you want to be able to reduce that achievement gap, if you want to be able to continue to encourage the highest academic progress from your students, you have to ensure that every team member that you have on campus is supported at that base level, that their well-being, their safety, their base needs are met, and you will get them to perform at that highest actualization point. In order to continue to support our teachers and to support our support staff and in turn support students, which is what my TCP looks at, how the well-being of our high school students, that social emotional well-being is being met, especially with our high-performing students who are struggling in that they feel overwhelmed by the stress that has been placed upon them. When you talk to some teachers that may have an opposing view, they may feel that they're not the ones to put that pressure on students. They often feel that it comes from home, that it comes from the students themselves. When in actuality, we look to the heart of the matter and we can find out that it's a connection that needs to be made on all levels. The teachers, the support staff, everyone working together to ensure that the students are supported, working with parents to ensure that the parents are supported in supporting their students and helping them get their needs met on a daily basis. There are action steps specifically outlined in Lead from the Heart that will help develop that process and encourage that process. And our first step in maintaining the focus on the heart is to make sure that each interaction is taken to that personal level, and that we ensure that support staff, including paraeducators and mental health therapists and school counselors, understand the signs that they're looking for in their students and helping the teachers understand that those interactions and how to assess for anxiety and depression in students and being able to support them, knowing also how to support teachers in that process and support staff, knowing as administrators to be able to be on the lookout for when we see that overwhelming presence in our staff as well as in our students. And having that personal connection will help us to develop stronger academic progress. We will see that it builds a function. In the book, there was the discussion on San Diego State University and how by giving the opportunity to make that personal connection, change the outcome of the students, change the success rate for not just the students, but for the site. A next step in supporting the hearts and the minds of our students, our staff at the school level, is really maximizing each individual's potential. as an administrator, going into that coach role and knowing how and when to provide support, guidance, correction when needed, being in the mind frame of a teacher, looking each and every day, being very transparent with your plan, knowing that where I'm working towards, how that goal, that final outcome, being very transparent in the vision and how to meet that vision, and bringing the staff with me on that journey. Traditional leadership did not support the heart of the employees. It created a culture of competition. It created a culture of competitiveness that made everyone feel that each day was a judgment. In really truly making sure that you were focused on the hearts and the minds, it creates a collaboration. And in education, every day is a collaboration. It's a collaboration of teachers, of administrators, of parents, of community members, of students, of staff, to ensure that not just the academic needs, but the social emotional needs of our students are being met. And that is how I will continue to lead from the heart.